Hey guys, welcome to a new podcast episode. And today we're gonna talk about summer, what we can do during this summer. Usually it means like a stagnation for many businesses, but it's not gonna be like that here in betting. And the reason for that there are gonna be a lot of championships, competitions, and one of the main of them which gonna happen soon, or it's like crucial for all of us is Euro 2024. That's what we're gonna discuss today. So load up on guns and bring your friends. And it's time for Txema to introduce himself. Txema, could you drop several words about you? I know you're a famous guy. I like you, but probably our audience is not so familiar with you yet. Why not? Nevertheless, feel free to start with it.
My name is Txema Hermoso. I work at Red Panda, where our main objective is improving websites traffic, websites conversion rate, and any type of improvement which could increase the revenue or return on investment for any company is what we do at Red Panda. I occupy there the position of Chief Growth Officer, which basically it's analyzing each of the potential client websites and developing a strategy in order to improve their traffic, their conversion rate, or their return on investment in general.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction, and probably I'll drop several words about myself, just in case you're a new viewer on this channel. My name is Vasily Gamov. We're on this channel collects useful knowledge all across the industry, from SEO, from media buying, from iGaming, betting, and casino especially, mostly. So if you don't subscribe, if you're not subscribed to our channel, do it right now. Click the like button and we get started. So today, as I already mentioned, we're going to discuss Euro 2024, especially in part of unlocking profit opportunities, strategies of leveraging the main football sporting event of the year. So, and I think we should start with kind of a general picture to let our audience, to let people know why it is so important to participate in championships like that. So, Txema, what do you think is what is the economical impact of Euro 2024?
Well, Euro 2024, as many of these mass sports events, they have a huge economical impact on different aspects. There's obviously like the classical like TV networks, advertisements, sponsors. There's a very important impact in the local economy of the country hosting it. In this case is Germany, because there will be an increase on hospitality bookings, the whole tourism, aviation industry. There's also going to be worldwide, especially in Europe, a big increase on the hospitality industry because a lot of people will gather in bars to watch the matches. There's going to be a lot of sales for merchandising for their national teams, etc. There's going to be sensible increase on the retail gambling shops. You can imagine, especially in the UK or in most countries, there are standard shops where you can go and place a bet there. And normally, as you said, summer, it's low season, but this summer, everything is going to change because we have a lot of competitions. We have the Olympics, we have the Copa America, and of course, we have the Euro 2024. And one of the biggest impacts will be on the online industries, starting from e-commerce, where there's going to be a lot of merchandising sales, etc. And there's going to be a lot of online promotions and sponsors referring to the Euro 2024. And our main focus of this webinar is going to be gambling, where there's going to be a lot of impact with thousands and thousands of people involved in the Euro and watching the matches and willing to play a bit and play some bets.
Yeah, exactly. For sure, even you're a lazy potato, you know that Euro is coming because you see it's on the cashiers in usual shops. I've been traveling around the Europe and UK recently, and Euro 24 is everywhere. with these small souvenirs, with T-shirts, with some football balls or soccer balls. If you watch us from US, why not? Yeah, it's everywhere already. Impact is crucial, enormous, and huge. What do you think are the main traffic sources or revenue sources, I would even say, for gambling companies, and what will they use to make some profits within this event?
Well, as you mentioned, there's going to be a lot of standard marketing actions. There's going to be sponsorships, generating brand awareness through partnership with TV stations, radio, podcast, online platforms, etc. As you mentioned, there will be signs on the buses, on the bus stop, everywhere. It's going to be information about the euro, and I think people's mind is going to be absorbed and really focused on this. And these will generate a lot of branded traffic, which I think it's one of the important sources of traffic for all the online gambling platforms. I think there's quite an importance on PPC, pay-per-click traffic, because all keywords related to Euro 24, Euro 2024, best gambling sites, best matches to bet on Euro 2024, etc. Despite they will have a short period of execution, there will be only a month or a bit more in which the people will be searching for this. So there will be a good number of companies that, instead of creating a big, long-lasting campaign for only this month, where these campaigns can bring return to investment, they will decide to just go on pay-per-click, which is much faster. You pay for what you get, and it's much easier, rather than implementing long-lasting SEO campaigns that they could require much more time. However, as you know, I am an SEO freak, and I think there is still a lot of room, and the most important will be the standard organic search, like Google, like other search engines, and the newly arrived AI search engines. And I think something that is going to be quite new, I call it the new organic traffic, is the traffic coming from social media. There will be a good number of people watching influencers, reading Facebook, Twitter, even TikTok, and all that people, they will be somehow related to go and place bets or follow the Euro 2024. Now, how all this traffic, how to make profit of all this traffic? Well, I think the main source of profit, the main company that could benefit of this are sports betting operators. And allow me to say, first of all, that I love sports betting. I'm a big football fan. And despite working in this industry, I gamble. And in some cases, not many, I win. And I don't think the betting side always wins. They will generate profit based on the volume. But in my opinion, there's always room for bettors to make a good money on these events. Bettors will be seeking for, obviously, companies who offer good odds for different markets, like full event betting, full event winner, or who's going to be the top scorer of the Euro, who's going to be the best player, the goalkeeper getting less goals, who's going to be the underdog, who's going to be the worst team. There's also going to be markets for every single match with wide array of options, corners, handicap betting, match result, halftime. There's going to be another option, which is betting on group stage, who's going to be the winner of a group, who's going to qualify, who's going to end up the last one. And there are going to be also a good number of special bets, like this guy will be the winner, and this guy will be the captain. Many special bets, including combination accumulator bettings. Now, talking about special promotions, they will generate engagement through promotions that require you to bet every day. There will be also accumulator betting promotions, like bet on this match and this match and this match, and you can increase your profits through guessing the result on these 3 events or even on a wider number. There's going to be, I believe that betting operators will offer special odds to attract people, especially if you consider on local markets. For example, I'm Spanish, offer me a good odds or a special augmented odds for Spain to win the World Cup or to win the group stage. And there's going to be event combination promos that will generate engagement on events outside the comfort area of the bettor. And despite being the main market, the online betting operators, I think there is a secondary market related to games and slots which can use Euro 2024 themes. I think that there's going to be a good number of people interested in playing online games related to football or related to their national teams. There's going to be event special promotions like use this free Euro promotion, get 50, 100 free spins. And also there's going to be quite a reasonable number of promotions and customers going to bet into esports and virtual sports, which are aside from traditional sports betting. But I think it's going to be also a growing market. I'm sure that there's going to be competitions on FIFA 24, now called EA. And also there's going to be a number of people consuming virtual sports because games are not happening all the time. And there will be some people willing to watch a match no matter what time it is.
Yeah, totally agree. Thank you for sharing this last approach and of course the whole information about this last approach. This is quite interesting because usually everybody concentrated on this betting, like usual simple stuff. And you mentioned some potential opportunities which our viewers can use and implement in their strategies, whether you're on the product side, whether you're on the affiliate side. It's always good to test something new, to test new approaches. That's like crucial. And also you've mentioned some about SEO traffic and influence marketing traffic. I totally agree with it. Also, I personally bet on these 2 types of traffic sources during not only during Euro 2024, but also during the upcoming year, I would say, because they're growing in SEO. It's not for me to tell you what is going on SEO, but there are like a lot of changes right now. We're going to discuss it further for sure, so stay tuned. And influence marketing, it's like an explosion. I see a lot of affiliates who works with it. I see a lot of agencies of different sizes. 1-2 years ago, there was like no space for them. And right now they're growing and growing. And I believe it's going to take some part, maybe even big part of the market. So yeah, thank you for this massive intro, I would say. So the next question is about understanding the landscape of this Euro 2024. What market trends and consumer behaviors related to mass sports events, and what are they?
So with regards to consumer behavior, I think that people is going to be excited about the Euros. I think they are already excited about the Euros because we know that the regular football season, it's coming to an end. I mean, in a week time, there will be the Champions League final, and all the leagues have almost concluded already. And any person passionate about football, they're going to be needing to feel that emptiness with events like the Euros, the World Cup, the Copa America. Also, I would add that there is a component from the users that people is always awaiting for a good reason to become passionate about. And in gambling, we normally we have demonstrated that there are successful campaigns when we put all our efforts into building this theme atmosphere. It happens on Halloween. We know that there's a good number of users and a huge increase on Halloween themed slots. It happens with Christmas, with Easter. Recently, I was seeing the increase on Easter egg slots. And this summer, what is happening is the Euro 2024. And I think consumers are already awaiting for this to happen and become truly passionate about it. Now,
Yes, I think so. Like everybody is excited about this upcoming tournament, and what I just thought a little bit that we already mentioned several times Copa America, but probably I and you like know it's for sure what is it, but probably our viewers don't. So, dear viewers, Copa America is a championship across the Latin America. It's quite similar to Euro 2024 in European region in the European Union, but it's local for Latin America. So if you have enormous traffic there, probably you should run it to Copa America. I believe there will be some traffic and some interest to Euro also, but for sure, if you have some local championship, first of all, you should pay attention on it. So keep this one in mind. So, and if we talk about 2024 and especially Euro, what makes it special? What's new about it?
Well, I think there is a main component. Started last year with the introduction of AI, and everyone became passionate and started digging on AI. And I think that what is going to happen from 2024 Euro onwards is the hyper personalization of the user experience. And while I think that AI in 2023, it was like the main trend, it was the kind of new thing, I would say that it's no longer a trend. Same as mobile use is no longer a trend. We all assume that we have a mobile and we're all checking the mobile on the bus stop or on the train station. And I think that AI now is becoming a tool for us marketers, and we need to start using it to analyze data. Now, while traditional methods such as psychographic targeting, identifying values and motives of the users, always based on their digital behavior, AI tools, they enable a more efficient processing of large volumes of data. We can analyze their behavior, their context, and their real-time data, as well as their psychographic characteristics, which are included in order to create a tailor-made user experience for them. We will talk later about customer analysis, but I think this will be crucial, not only for traffic acquisition, but especially for retention and reactivation after the Euro 2024. Now, another of the new things, I think, is the social media marketing. While we all know social media marketing has been growing already in the last few years, I think this is going to be the very first Euro happening where social media, it's so extended and it has such a reception from users. We already heard that TikTok, it's replacing in some countries #1 search engine, and especially for a specific age range that are using TikTok more as a search engine rather than Google. This is not going to be for every kind of user like me. I still use Google and I'm not a TikTok fan, but we need to start thinking about the new generation. And while we know that nowadays more than ever, social media, it's an engagement tool, there is the unfortunate thing that gambling is restricted on many of these platforms, as we were talking about TikTok, for example. I still think that there will be a spike of users consuming football-related content, including videos, apps, games, opinions, merchandising, clothing, etc. And we gambling marketers don't need to think like social media as directly promoting our business, but also using side topics to approach to generate engagement with this social media audience. Which means that while sports betting, they can be directly promoted, I think that influencer marketing will have a very big impact to operators and affiliates who manage to implement a successful strategy by not touching the topic directly, but using like side strategies. Another big thing compared to last Euro 2020, when I was already working with gambling and trying to grab this traffic, it's Google's EAT policy. Google introduced EAT approximately 4 years ago. However, not only because of the search engine results that they could be empowered if you have a website with EAT, but I think from a user perspective, we are already getting used to when you read an article, you check the author, maybe you see that there's a link to their Twitter or to their LinkedIn profile. And if you are reading, for example, a betting tip, you wouldn't rely if the betting tip comes from sportsbook admin or something like that. But if you see it's a real person and you can go to their Twitter account and you see that this person has been publishing betting tips for long time, and actually he's actually publishing the success of these betting tips and how much he earned doing this or doing that. So I think that this is going to be one of the keys, because as I was saying, not only search engines will empower this, but also the users are getting used to slowly to trust more in websites using an EAT practice. So, and obviously from an organic search perspective, from an organic traffic, EAT will also bring some profitability and will bring to the top of the search engine results page many websites that they don't have such a history, like big, long-lasting websites. But if they implement successfully these new Google guidelines, they will, a fresh new website, a much smaller, with a smaller history, they could outrank big whales that have been there forever, and that have been there in the last couple of Euros. And another thing related to SEO, I think it's the semantic approach. So a few years ago, when we were trying to rank for Euro terms, we were just building an article with 10,000 words, trying to fit in as many keywords as we could, and then just injecting a lot of backlinks, and that article probably will be the longest and will be very successful. But nowadays, in the last 4 years, there has been a big change on how Google treats these articles. Nowadays, the semantic approach, which is the one that has better results at the moment, it's built on parent pages talking about a main topic, and then having secondary pages targeting, let's say, the different groups. And then once you're targeting the different groups, you can speak about each of the countries playing on one of those groups. Another dedicated page for the top scorer, another dedicated page for the goalkeepers, another dedicated page for the favorites, another one for the underdogs. And through building all this content surrounded and organized properly within folders, this content will be helping the search engine understand that you are covering all the possible information that any bettor would like to have about the Euro 2024, and this will boost your rankings for the whole website. As I was saying, I think that old school websites that still remain employing the previous approach, they will fall. And this will give an opportunity of newer websites to rank much higher. So from an organic perspective, I think SEO semantic approach and the EAT will be quite of a game changer.
Txema, talking to you is always means like a huge insight into your head. So I was trying not to interrupt you and was listening very attentively. Hope you, dear viewers, did the same. I can totally agree with every point about it. About SEO, 100% EAT plus semantic approach. That's what I figured out from my own projects in part of affiliate marketing, in part of iGaming also. I can approve this for sure. So use it if you still on the old pages, I would say. And one more thing, Euro is coming. It's like 1 month from this record, and if you're watching it, probably it's already here or 1 week in advance. Probably it's not enough time to adjust your SEO tools, unfortunately. So try to investigate all the sources we discussed above, like influence marketing. There is a lot of space for new beginners, so keep this one in mind. And in part of SEO, make a preparation for upcoming Euro 2028, I would say, in advance. So you have plenty of time, 4 years, to adjust your website, to create a new one, and to get good results in a Google search tops. So we are talking about innovations, we are talking about AI, we are talking about trends and new algorithms. That's fine, but are there any old or previous successful strategies which still work, or we should talk about right now? What do you think?
Well, I guess yes. The main successful strategy from last couple of Euros, I think it was focusing on mobile. We know that nowadays, depending on countries, but approximately there is a 75%, 80% mobile traffic. If we compare it to 8 years ago, probably when there was like 50-50 or more 40-60 in favor of desktop approach. So mobile focus, I think it was the previous game changer. We know that fans, they gather with friends and with their family to watch the event, and they exchange information and impressions regarding matches, about betting, and about the event overall. So having a mobile approach, having an app or a website that is mobile friendly, it was quite of a very successful strategy. In fact, I was checking some of the facts about the previous Euro 2020. UEFA, they created their app, and it had huge success. I mean, only in the UK there were 7 million downloads only in the period of the Euro 2020, and this gives us an approach of how is the demand on mobile of these products. I think there are other successful strategies like the standard promotion channels like TV, radio, etc., which nowadays, depending on the market, but they are normally forbidden. Particularly in Spain, for example, you cannot announce betting companies on television or radio. Another strategy, which I think it was very, very successful, was live streaming the matches, or just the results, or giving push notifications about the matches, because sometimes users during an Euro where you have 3-4 matches every day, and sometimes they are like on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. when you need to be working at the office, and these users, they cannot be watching the game, but if they can have an app providing them feedback about the goals, about their bets, that was quite a successful thing. I think the engagement with the user through long-term promotions, it's something that was also successful in the past and will be very successful for this one as well. Other strategies like dedicated welcome promotions, supporting your country, or promotion for the Euro. As I said, if you have like a long-lasting promotion where you can encourage the bettor to make a bet every day or to make a bet on every match, That generates a lot of engagement. Other strategies, well, they are very classy, like offering the best odds. For operators, I always recommend work on publishing on media, on social media, influencer marketing, about the markets where your bookies offer the best odds. You don't need to have the best odds for everything, because maybe that wouldn't be profitable. But if you have the best odds for a very specific market and you publish that and that reaches the audience, it could make the audience believe that you announced these couple of best odds for this market, and maybe you have the best odds for every single market. And what else? Well, we were talking about operators, how to benefit of the best odds. I think for affiliates, there is also an option of working on the best odds. Just do odds comparison. If you have a page talking about this specific market, like handicap betting, tell why operator X is better for this market than operator Z. So you provide unique information that the audience will think they found a gem, and they found something really interesting for this particular market, and they found the real best odds for this. And I would guess the last one I would say is fan engagement. I mean, for me, it becomes crucial in marketing to try to generate engagement with the fans, whether they are supporting a team, supporting a specific athlete or a footballer, or just their country. And gambling companies should be aware of their customers and generate options which help them build such engagement with their fan spirit.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Somebody decided to drill into my wall. I'm not sure you heard it, but still, I was very touched to this discussion. Again. Nevertheless, I hope it will not ruin our podcast. If it is, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes it just happens unexpectedly. So, coming back to the discussion, coming back to the to what we just talked about, promotions. Yes, it is very crucial to adjust promotions, to adjust your odds to this tournament. What I'm talking about, it's very crucial to support the audience with promotions, with good odds, with unique sales propositions, proposals during the events like that. And for sure, that will work on engagement of everybody. So if we talk about players, that's quite clear. It's time to discuss partnerships, I guess. So how to find right partners for Euro 2024? What do you think about it?
Well, I mean, based on previous experience, I think that gambling companies, they require synergies between themselves in different fields. So operators, they will need good synergy with their affiliates, with the payment providers, because we know if the payment providers are not successful in a given region, then the clients, even though they manage to engage and access there, they will not be able to deposit. The software providers, we were talking about virtual sports, we were talking about slot-themed, football slot-themed, and it's important that operators communicate or find the right software providers who can fulfill this need. And obviously the social media admins, we spoke so much about influencer marketing. Anyone needs to get the proper influencers in order to get the expected results.
Yeah, and what would be the factors to keep in mind when choosing your partners for such an event?
Well, for me, everything starts with analyzing your target markets. For example, some affiliate or some operator with a lot of traffic in India, maybe I would say that's not the right market to target the Euro 2024, because we know that in India, everyone is passionate about cricket and Virat Kohli, but football barely has like a 1% population approach. we were speaking about Copa America, and if we have traffic, if we have a good audience on Latin America, I still think there will be a good number of football passionate people who will be checking the results on the Euro 2024. But mainly, I think the main focus of Latin Americans, Brazilians, Argentinians, it's going to be Copa America, which is basically the same competition but localized in South America. If we're thinking about European countries, we need to analyze which markets, which countries they have qualified and they will be playing the Euro. For example, Sweden or Norway, it's a country that normally we all as gambling marketers love targeting because the revenue per player is much higher. But in this case, Sweden or Norway, they didn't qualify for the Euros. So while I still think that there is a market there because there will be people passionate about football, it's going to be much smaller than other countries with chances of winning the Euro, like the UK, like France, etc. More regions that we can consider, Africa, for example. We know that Africa, it's a continent passionate about football, and we know that there are African countries with certain connections to European nations due to the language, due to the ancestors and the previous occupation. So I guess that probably people in Cameroon may support France, and there will be other nations supporting more Portugal. I think there's going to be quite a good engagement on Africa. Their local competition happened already back this summer, African Cup. So now there's going to be a huge market willing to fill that emptiness of not having the Premier League, not having the Champions League, and they will be following the Euro. Also, we need to keep in mind that the Euro 2024 for Africa is going to happen at the same times. There's not going to be time latency because the timing in Europe and in Africa are quite the same. On the other hand, for example, if we think about Asia, the matches will be probably most at night. Maybe there will be like the earliest match will be at their prime time, but the rest of the matches, which probably will be on our prime time, they will be very late. And I think there's not going to be so much traction of the event. If we think about North America, well, they have the same timeline as Latin America, but in this case, despite Mexico, I think that's United States and Canada, they don't support soccer as much as other sports. So I would say it's not the ideal market to put all your marketing efforts. Then, since we spoke about choosing the right markets, I think we need to choose which is going to be the best operator for a region, which is going to be the best operator for a specific language. For example, we know a lot of betting companies localized in Ireland, and there's another focused on the UK. Both they speak the same language, both they speak English. But if you are targeting Irish market, I would suggest go to an Irish specialized operator rather than another one focused in the UK. And this will happen in many countries in Europe, like Germany and Austria. They will have, you will have to find different partnerships because if I'm an Austrian, maybe I don't want to follow a German influencer because they will be supporting a different team. Even a bit more conflicting countries like Serbia and Croatia, which both have good chances in the Euro, but I think there is quite of a fight between one and the other one. So we need to choose wisely which markets we are targeting and find the appropriate partners for each of them. And same happens with affiliate partners. When we decide, an operator decides to work with an affiliate, you need to be aware of the traffic source of this affiliate. There are affiliates with big traffic on this country, but not on that one. And obviously their languages. If you want to do business in Spain, you cannot use an affiliate that only has an English version. And also another fact to consider from the point of view of the operator, I think it's the keyword intent. So we know there are informational keywords, there are branded keywords, and there are transactional keywords. And affiliates with transactional keywords, they will have much higher conversion rate than others. However, if we think about branded keywords, they can build up the reputation of an operator in searches like, is this operator reliable? It's operator X legal in this country. So this is also important to consider. If you have a brand, check who is ranking on the top positions for this type of queries, because getting in touch with them, getting the right partner can bring the information through search engines to your clients. And last one, the informational keywords, which normally are the ones that they have the lowest conversion rates. But if we implement the proper CRO strategies, conversion rate optimizations, a search about what is handicap betting, which obviously the user is considering betting, but he's not directly thinking about opening a new account. Or another search like how to bet on corners. It's a purely informational keyword. However, if there are successful conversion rate strategies, we can attract these users by telling them that this is going to be the best operator for handicap betting. These are going to be the best odds for this one. So if you decide to implement, as we spoke before, a strategy of offering the best odds on corner betting, then you need to contact the affiliate who has the top rankings for corner betting and try to get there and try to ensure that they say you are the best operator for this.
Yes, exactly. It's better to choose some local operators. It's better to choose someone who cares about this particular market, because what I've been discussing for last almost 2 years with almost everyone across the market, that globalization, like, it's here, but it's crucial to keep in mind localization also, and adjust your materials, your promotions to the regions you work with. As you mentioned, German and Austria not the same. Croatia and Serbia is not the same. Historically, it's like similar nations, but right now they have something different in mind, and that's fine. That's how world moves on. But still, you should keep it in mind and adjust your marketing campaigns. So localize for sure. It's not only about approaches, words and some call to actions, but it's also about some pictures, people who you use on your banners. If we talk about casino, it's slot machines which are popular in this current geo. If we talk about betting sport, which is popular in this current geo, and I'm not talking about only Euro, but in general about betting. And for Euro, for sure, some guys in Austria would like to support mostly Austrian national team. So that's obviously okay. And let's go on. Who are the potential partners, sponsors, brands, media outlets you consider will join this Euro 2024?
Well, I mean, they have already been announced, like the main sponsors for the event, brands like Adidas, Alipay, Coca-Cola, Hisense, AliExpress, and a partnership with any of those would be super profitable. But we know that gambling doesn't comply with these type of brands. They don't want to show that they support gambling somehow. So I think that the main potential partnership will be influencer marketing. I think influencers, they are the best partners because people follows every single step they do on their lives. So even if it's someone not really a football influencer marketing, but someone who, he does sports, and there's a lot of people who follows him and does their routines every morning. And suddenly he says, and now I'm going to watch Euro 2024. It will generate in the audience the intention to replicate their behavior. Now, trying to restrict a bit the question to gambling companies, I think all should be targeted on a geo-targeted basis. We need to identify 3 different types of user intents. The participating team supporters, like me, I'm Spanish. I will check local media or local operators, mostly because they will support my team, Spain. I don't want to read a newspaper that supports a different team, as we were mentioning with Croatia and Serbia. Even if you understand the language, you want to read and you want to focus on your local entities that support the same things as you. There will be worldwide football fans. We were talking about Africa, for example. Maybe there are people in Africa just following football and just watching the Euro because they are football fan and they don't really support a specific country. Now you need to find companies that target rest of the world markets and generate marketing activities, reminding their users that there is this football betting on a daily basis in the Euros 2024. And I think there will be also casual bettors just searching for an event, people who normally bet, and despite they are not really passionate about Euro 2024, they will see that there is no option of other betting, especially on football. So they will go straight away to bet on the Euro 2024. And when it finishes, they will go and bet on the Olympics. And even if they bet at night, they will probably go and bet on Copa America. So I think this should be also another target for the operators. Now, with regards to media, I would say that everything has changed in the last couple of weeks. Google recently implemented what they call the Site Authority Abuse Policy. And this is quite of a game changer. There are some big newspapers who sold a piece of their website to gambling companies, and they obtained huge success for this. I remember NJ.com, a New Jersey brand, they made like a $8 million deal a few years ago. And I am sure this was bringing return on investment because NJ.com was ranking at the top of the SERPs for almost any query, especially if you were searching from New Jersey. Same happens with the UK and telegraph.co.uk. And these media, they were really consuming and occupying top spots of the search engine results page on Google for many, many queries. But since the introduction of this site authority abuse policy, these sites have been manually penalized. And my belief is that this trend will continue because at the moment, there's only a dozen of sites that have been penalized. But in the month and a half we still have for the Euro to arrive, I believe there's going to be a lot more of these sites penalized. And what does this mean? This means that the space which these entities, these media were occupying position 1, 2, 3, 4, now it will be vacant, and there will be new media sources capable of targeting those queries. So I think it's a great opportunity for sportsbook websites, affiliates, and operators who want to build a blog talking about the Euro, talking about this particular match, because all these huge websites with unrelated topicality, while before they were covering, like 2 weeks ago, they were covering all these topics, now there is kind of an emptiness. And I think because SEOs, we were aware that we could not succeed competing with these huge transatlantic media websites, Now the game has changed, and there is an opportunity to quickly create strategies to try to get these keywords, which now they will be kind of free or with an easier competition.
Yes, sure. This new space is not going to be empty for ages, so keep on rolling and be sure you have some strategies how to get these positions. EAT and semantic SEO are like a good approach to start with, as we mentioned before. I personally believe 100% only into these options. Create a great content because content is a key. Uh, like work on the reputation of your authors on the blog, like with LinkedIn accounts, with some podcasts like that, why not, and create the reputation of your media, and all of that combined gonna bring you to the top. That's what I saw from my experience, and that's what I see is going on the market. So keep on it. And also you've mentioned Africa, that they have no local teams participating in Europe, which one is true because it's Africa and this Europe, different continent. That's fine. But maybe here we can drop some tip or trick for our viewers. Go to some tools like Ahrefs, check what keywords are popular there in a particular country, like French football. In French-speaking African countries, it's gonna be like that. In English-speaking countries, it's gonna be something about England. In Portuguese-speaking countries in Africa, it's gonna be something about Portugal, and so on. So just check it, and probably there are gonna be some insights. I would say which European team is more popular in this African country in comparison to another. Why not? Give it a chance. So, and if we talk about successful partnership models, how can digital platforms be utilized for engaging with partners? What do you think?
Okay, so the usual model has been like pay for banners, publish press releases or guest posts, which in my opinion, guest posts and these press releases, they are good for SEO link building, but in my opinion, they really don't refer traffic. You don't, if you publish some press release or an article saying that this website has great odds, it's very unlikely that people will go to your website through that link. It will have a good impact on SEO because we know that link building, it's a key element of search engine optimization, despite what Google says. Don't always believe on Google. But I think this will not be a good source of traffic. I think successful partnership, as we spoke with influencers, there's a lot of people paying influencers to speak about your website and to say that they have you have your best thoughts, etc. In general, I would say that old marketing strategies was people telling users what to do, and you can use new channels like social media or the old ones like television or radio. And I believe there is a percentage of users who would follow this guidance. If they tell you use this, you maybe do it. If they tell you this famous person uses this, you may follow it. But I think the user behavior is changing. Like, for example, I have a Dolce Gusto, but I didn't buy it just because George Clooney uses it. You know, it's just because it was cheaper on the supermarket. So, in my opinion, you know, when we're talking about digital, it's digital. But what users want, it's a physical engagement. So for me, as a user and a marketer, it's try to generate an analog experience from the digital approach. For example, we're talking about promotions. Instead of offering free bets, offer a national team T-shirt of a given country, targeting that same country. Offer tickets for the Euro 2024 finals, semi-finals. Something that gives real value to the users, that is not digital, rather than just standard, best betting odds or get this, and try to generate truly engagement experience that makes the user feel special. And just small from a user's perspective hint, I normally suggest operators to avoid draws. Like if you participate in this, you will get in a draw of a t-shirt, because then the distance to the objective is much farther. So I prefer, like a league table when you can follow exactly your progress and knowing that if I reach here, I will get my prize. So overall, I would say make the users part of the experience. Like, for example, if they can't come to watch the match physically, engage with influencers and sport journalists that are watching live the match. They are sharing their odds. They are sharing their bet slips. They are interchanging opinions. Having an open communication with your user makes them feel appreciated and valued. And we know that retention will not be attracted by merch, but the brand, it will be what the users, they will follow. So going back to partnership models, I would say find a partner who can offering something different. In my opinion, users won't change their gambling account because operator A offers 2.5 while operator B offers 2.55. You need to find a partner who goes out of the box and generates the user an additional experience. As an example, I was thinking about something that happened 15 years ago. All this influencer marketing was not existing barely, but there was an appliance store that they created this offer. Buy a television now, and if Spain, because I live in Spain, if Spain wins the Euro 20, it was the year Euro 2008, you will get your money refunded. And actually, Spain, who never ever won anything, they had like 3 years in a row where they won Euro, World Cup, and Euro. So I hope these guys, they had a good insurance company. But the fact is that I had already my TV. I didn't need a new TV because if I had like a 28 inches, why would I need a 32 inches? But the fact is that buying this television from this appliance store was sort of a gambling, but not wrongly seen as gambling. I could tell my mom, I bought this television, and look, if Spain wins, I get it for free. Oh, well done. But if I tell my mom I bet 500 euros on Spain winning the World Cup, she would probably cut my neck. So it was sort of a positive campaign that how I reacted back then when I was not within the gambling industry. I still keep in mind how that generated an effect on me, and I try to implement in my marketing strategies.
Yes, exactly. It's not always about some small digits, some small numbers. It's about the attitude and how the brand, the operator treat their customers and players. Because it's much more crucial, I would say, to invest in your gaming experience, in your promotions, in your user experience. It's not always about the size of this odd, because they vary really usually not so much. So that's a nice tool, but it's not like the biggest and the most important tool. So here we should have a little stop. Thank you for watching the first part of this podcast. We already discussed massive intro into Euro 2024. In the next part, we're gonna discuss exact strategies, how to engage your users, how to make a good retention with your users, how to use last innovations, and drop some more useful insights here so you can implement them in your strategy for this Euro 2024 and for any upcoming events. Thank you for watching. This was me, Vasily Gamov, and Txema Hermoso from Ref Panda. Thank you for watching. And one more thing, if you watch it, let's make a little contest. Hit the like button like 200 times. We need 200 likes to drop the next part here. I'm sure you can manage it. Just share it with your friend, ask your mom or dad to press like, why not? And you will see the second part. Thank you for watching. Please click the subscribe button and like button, and see you soon in the next part of this podcast. See ya.
Bye.